Have you ever felt like your content is not getting enough attention and people are just scrolling past without viewing your content? And have you ever felt like this happened even though you put in your effort and tried very hard to create content consistently and tried so hard to follow a good strategy or a particular strategy that you know that it's being fit and can actually help you to improve your content and your journey in content creation? Well, do not panic because in this video, I'm going to be discussing the possible reasons and the things that you are going to do and avoid in order for you to make sure that you create content, get enough attention, and become visible. Alright, in a scenario when I was checking a client's page, I looked at their page and they were complaining that they weren't getting enough attention and people weren't clicking on their content and they weren't getting enough views. Even though they paid attention to how they wrote their content, they paid attention to everything, their scripts and everything that they showed in their content, the visuals and everything, their video was top notch. And yet they weren't making enough conversions and people weren't paying enough attention to their content. I didn't start changing anything in their content. First of all, what I did was I looked at the title of their content to find out what their title is showing or the view or what their title is trying to show people out there. Looking at their title, I found out that their title was not grabbing the attention of the viewers. A title is not just something that you have to just stay there or just lie there, just a common title that doesn't make sense. No, your title actually influences how people click through and perceive your video or your content and find out what exactly is inside your content or what your content is. It is what attracts people to view your content, to click and watch and see what you have to offer them. Alright, first of all, there's this pattern that I use to create content. Whenever I want to write my title, I use the pattern interrupt pattern. In this pattern interrupt, what it entails is challenging what people know that is already their belief, challenging the belief of what they already know, challenging their beliefs. For instance, instead of you to write something like see why people are not clicking on your content or maybe tips to content creation, you can go ahead and write something like your content is not getting enough engagement, not because of your consistency, but because of your title. So in this perspective, this challenges what people normally believe in and it makes them want to know exactly what your content is about. The second way you can come up with a good title is by using a specific reality. In this, you have to be specific about the problems that your audience is currently facing. Not just put out a random title.